Carson, with the music of Happy Kind and the Mirthmakers, and me, I'm Jerry Hubbard. Hi, everybody. And now here's your host, the coast of the coast, Mr. Barth Gimble.
Thank you, Happy. Gee, you made me hit my elbow. That's all right, we're friends. Good evening, and welcome to America Tonight. I am Barth Gimble, and over the weekend we had kind of a big social event here in Alta Coma. That is, of course, the second annual Ubie Awards banquet here at UBS. This is a genuinely special occasion. While the Emmy Awards people are busy scanning the other three networks trying to find scapegoats for their declining ratings, the folks here at UBS take time out to honor their own. With the highest accolade a person working here at UBS can receive, the Ubie. These awards actually don't come very easily, and I think we can, well, why not? I think we can afford a few seconds here to maybe pay another tribute to some of those winners with the help of Mr. Jerry Hubbard. It was quite a thing.
It was something.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
They had wine and beer.
Yes,
which was great.
Yes. And you could go back for seconds if you worked on the station.
That's right. It was wonderful. And you could always lie a little bit if you wanted to give one for your spouse, but neither of us have one.
That's right.
Anyway, the best documentary on UBS was the highly acclaimed In-House, Out-House, and that was the kind of almost a PBS kind of thing. It was a probing profile of changing agricultural lifestyles during the Eisenhower years, and the winner was director Benno Millsap. Yeah. Let's hear it. No, I'm not kidding. Let's hear it. Okay.
Also, the best limited dramatic series in color, The Pudgy Morgan Show. Director, Benno Millsap.
Once again.
We don't need to hear it again this time. We already heard it.
Right, okay. Now, it was best special programming, 90 minutes or longer, which is a way they phrase it. And that was for Benno Millsap, the man behind the camera, and the producer of that was Pudgy Morgan.
Best children's program also went to In-House, Out-House,
Right.
and once again, Benno Millsap.
Right, and I think he commented, Benno did at the Banquets Award, that he's going to need quite a mantelpiece for all those Ubie Awards, or at least a large cardboard box. Incidentally, to show that even defeat can be victorious if there's an award connected with it, that's for sure it can be. The Ubie for Worst Situation Comedy of the Year went to Goofball Navy. And
I like that show. I don't care what anyone says. And I liked how they'd say, it's the wildest, wackiest bunch of guys you've ever seen. And they were.
Yeah, it was the worst. And excepting for the producer, who was Sally Millsap, was her husband, Benno Millsap.
Best women's programming, Sally Millsap for her production of Sally Millsap, the woman behind the camera, starring Pudgy Morgan as Sally. And she did a heck of a good job.
Also, Benno was in that, and I believe he played himself.
Yes.
They're going to think of one doing Sally Millsap, the man behind, the woman behind the man behind the camera. Benno.
But I'm thinking there was humor in that, too, which you don't often find in it.
I'm still thinking about the goofball.
Yeah, I like
You're
that.
right.
Yeah. When they threw the fishing rod in the water and up comes, you know, a woman's...
And the time they put the log in the bed, but they thought it was the captain. Yeah. And when they pull it back, it's just a log there.
And then the captain came in and got into bed, and the guy came up with a broom and swatted it.
Well, no, that's not how that ended. I don't think, was it a broom swat?
I think so.
You and I think the broom swat was that movie we saw down at the, with the X's. Okay.
I'd never seen him do that before.
No, I know. It was kind of funny. Anyway, last but not least, and I kind of, well, in a way blush to tell you this one because it is kind of like gilding my own horn on the back, as it were. But the Ubie for the newest face on UBS, and what with Happy and Jerry here, I'd have to say some pretty stiff competition.
Stiff is not the word.
Absolutely, believe me. But I am honored to say that there's now a Ubie on the Gimble mantle. Wow. Tonight, as a public service, we are trying to help an unemployed Alta Coma resident find work. It's the kind of thing we like to do around here. The woman's name is Brandy McAllister. Let's meet her right now. You're a fine girl. What a good wife you would... You're, Jerry. Gee, I guess every man likes to have a little Brandy, but, Thank you. Nice to see you again. It's just for the cameras. Miss McAllister, you are out of work, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, exactly what kind of work are you out of?
I'm a magician's assistant.
A magician's assistant, okay. Now, if you happen to be a magician without an assistant out there, why don't you please call us right here. The name of the segment is called Workload. The number is 555-5624.
Mm-hmm. That's 555-5624. And you might want to point out to people who may be calling from out of town what that number is. 555-5624, both the same number. So
it's not toll-free, incidentally, but if you are in the hiring business, of course, you've got the money for a call, or why bother, okay? Now, while we're waiting for the phones to ring, Brandy, we offer you our stage and to demonstrate her skills as a magician's assistant. Okay? Please welcome the assistant wizardry of Miss Brandy McAllister. Brandy, thank you very much. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, I tell you, I got a signal from the people in the back that since you were on here, they say they had hundreds of calls from magicians all over the area, and they all want to know more about you. So, why are you out of work? And just what, I mean, did your magician make himself disappear? What's the reason?
I don't know. Vinny just says I have bad luck.
Vinny.
My boyfriend, Vinny Sorelli. He lives in Las Vegas.
Vegas, Vinny Sorelli?
He didn't want me to go in the show business. He was afraid I was going to meet another man.
Yeah, nobody does that to Vinny, no.
But I'll always have a special place in my heart for my first employer, the amazing Cardiff. Do you know a magician and his assistant work very close together?
Yeah.
Sure, he takes off his coat, hands you his coat, he hands you his gloves, he hands you his hat.
And one night we just kept going.
At this point, is that when your luck kind of began to run bad?
Oh, yes. You see, Amazing used to have this trick where he'd disappear behind this curtain and then reappear in this trunk for one show. He disappeared, but when I opened the trunk...
Amazing?
No. No Amazing.
That's amazing.
He didn't reappear until 2 months later.
In the trunk?
Yeah.
Of a Lincoln Continental.
That's fantastic. I wonder how they do that.
I don't know, Jerry, but I think maybe you and I might want to practice a little later on. Brandy, I guess after that experience, you just sort of probably wanted to hang up the old mesh stockings and call it quits.
No. Then I worked for El Increduloso. He would get in his big box, and I'd stick it full of swords. And when I pulled them out, there wasn't a mark on them. Except this one night.
Okay, next, I think we better move along here.
That was...
Kind of afraid where it might lead. Who knows? Meantime, we have a very, very special treat for you tonight. We have the incredible Miss Vikki Carr, and she'll be doing a song for us a little later. She and Happy Kine are trying to find a song that both Vikki and the Mirth Makers know, and that's not the easiest thing in the world right now. The Mirth Makers, of course, don't read music very well, and most of the tunes they do know, they know by heart, and were written before 1950, but I'm sure they'll come up with something that they have in common. In the meantime, we'll take this commercial break, probably from a car company or food.
Remember songs I used to do do that went da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's very simple, or I can't take my eyes
We're
off
back. Vikki is still trying to find a tune the Mirth Makers can handle. Happy came up with an idea, but unfortunately, Vikki doesn't know all the words to 99 bottles of beer on the wall, so we will have to move on. Yes, we're moving on. Okay, you know, we've barely gotten over the excitement of the Montreal Olympic Games, and suddenly the 1980 Olympic Games are just around the corner.
In about 2 years, I believe.
It's very good, Jerry. Our guest is a psychologist with an interesting plan that just could possibly bring the U.S. some more gold medals, more than ever before. Please welcome Dr. Emmanuel Kazinsky.
How are you?
The doctor in spite of himself.
Absolutely, that's what we all were saying.
Good one, yeah.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Doctor, as a psychologist, a lot of people are wondering, crying out loud, what's your background in sports?
Well, I helped develop an athletic program for some of our more serious, as we term them, psychotic patients. Sports provide excellent therapy for them, and some of our patients have become Olympic-caliber athletes.
Well, that's very interesting because most athletic coaches will say that competition is 90% mental, so it seems like a natural to get athletes that are 100% mental. It almost appears to be an unfair advantage, though.
You know, Barth, if you put your ear to his head, you could hear the ocean.
Great. It'd be nice if it really was the ocean and it was under it. Listen, how do you go about training insane people to, for instance, well, a good example would be like run a mile and then stop.
Well, we have one patient whose psychosis stems back to an early childhood trauma. This boy had witnessed the tragedy in which his father caught his mother in the midst of an unacceptable act. The father ran into the room with a shotgun and kapow, kapow.
What was the unacceptable act? Something like putting contact paper on the refrigerator or something like that to make it look nicer? Or was it something a little more serious?
Hope she wasn't an actress and he wasn't there at one of her plays.
Well, you see, that's a professional confidence that I can't betray.
In other words, whatever the act was, it was the end of Act 1, thanks to that shotgun.
Right. But from then on, you see, any other loud noise would cause him to take off, right at Olympic speed.
So you trained him, obviously, as a track star.
Mm-hmm.
We've also had great success with swimming. There is one young woman who lost her mind by excessive marijuana smoking, and we're training her in the underwater competition because she can hold a deep breath for an incredible length of time.
What about my favorite event? What about the pole vault? How do you get these guys to pole vault 18 feet?
The walls of the institution are 18.5 feet high. And we've offered poles and freedoms to any inmate who can vault over the wall. We've had many psychotic people bouncing off the walls, but there is one Olympic hopeful who we feel can win the gold medal. He made it over the wall, and we are definitely going to take him to Moscow if we can find him before 1980.
Well, it certainly sounds like you made an exciting contribution to the Olympic program, Doctor. Does raise one question I'm wondering right now. With all these alleged crazies in their suits there, as part of our Olympic team, who can we really trust to carry the torch into the arena?
I hadn't even thought about that,
Of course you haven't. Well, why don't you think about it?
They could commit an unacceptable act with that torch.
This is true. You could maybe just think about it for a little while, okay? Because we're going to take a little while right now, and if you're willing, you can just sit here. Okay, thank you, Doctor. We'll be right back.
I know how to make a singer quit. That's it.
I don't know.
It doesn't look like Vikki and Happy have arrived at a tune they can do together yet. So I'll tell you what, Vikki, why don't you just take a break, get your jacket on, that's a girl. Come on over here and visit us. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and talented Vikki Carr.
I can't tell you what a thrill it was for for me, to work with those guys.
You don't have to tell us how hard it is. We work with them every night. It's wonderful. Wonderful to have you here. You know, a lot of questions I'd like to ask you, and I'm sure everyone else would. We always take little 3x5 cards, etc., from the audience, and we get these questions. And
what is that?
first one is that we notice that when you sing, you always get so emotionally involved in the song, etc. When you're singing a sad song or something like that, like let's say what is it? It Must Be Him, I think, is one that you do so well. Isn't that beautiful the way she does that? An actual tear will come to your eye. How do you do that?
I work with a band like this.
That will do it.
A good trick, and I studied some acting here since well, back in Ohio and also out here. One thing is to think back of something either very sad in your childhood or else to pull a hair from your nose. But for a singer, that's kind of difficult because, you know, you'd have to cover up like that. And you should always keep your mouth
Yes.
to an actor. Did you know an actor should always keep his mouth in the light? Speak with his mouth in the light.
How about trying it closed?
Then you're Edgar Bergen, aren't you?
That's correct. I feel like Edgar Bergen quite often here.
I feel like Candace Bergen every once in a while.
You kind of do look like her, too.
Oh,
Let me ask you, you're obviously...
Oh, God,
okay,
20
Charlie
years.
McCarthy.
Yes. Yes.
I was going to ask you, what occupation, you think, obviously, you're one of the best singers we have in this country today, but what would you have been if you hadn't been a singer? Let's say you'd been too tall to be a singer or something. Or any other reason. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, there's really any kind of job I could have had. I mean, I've been a secretary, I've been a bookkeeper in a bank.
You were like a bank teller or a bookkeeper?
Oh, yeah. I lay brick and I lay asphalt before I lay anything. I was a contractor's daughter.
I'm not going to touch that one. Holy cow.
I think I ought to make some notes on that.
Now, doctor, let me tell you about this. No,
that's
actually,
great.
I would like to say something, because this voice that you hear that I speak normally with is not my real voice.
It's trained?
Yes, because I am of Mexican descent.
Really?
And before Charo ever came out with her Cuchi Cuchi Cus, which I lost somewhere during the war.
You didn't lose him here, We'll check later.
I really used to speak like this, you see. And I discovered you didn't got too many places talking to this way. So I decided I better speak like everybody else and become normal.
Well, I wonder why other Spanish people don't just do that. Just stop speaking that way. Nobody... Especially if they're minorities, then they wouldn't be minorities. No one could tell.
Absolutely. Well, the English are always famous for that. You take an Englishman, he's doing all his auxiliaries and everything like that.
Yeah.
You wake
Oh,
him
I
up in the
love
middle of the night, he talks like anybody else.
Is that right? It's all a put on? Oh, I thought so.
They just do that so they can get jobs on commercials selling
Right.
tea
Jolly
and things
good,
like
jolly
that.
good to know that.
Because over here, you don't want to sound like a sissy, but in England, they like to. Which is like they drive on the opposite side of the road, too. I do everything back. Yeah.
Really? Okay, Vicki, I'm getting a sign from Happy and
Yes?
the boys. I think they may have a tune that they can...
I knew they'd do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
They
you
finally came up with...
You mean you guys really found something?
Why don't you go check and make sure it's all
Okay,
right
I'll
for you?
check
It's
it
been
out.
nice chatting.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back after this commercial word. Stay with us. Thank you, Hap. Well, they've finally done it. Happy has found a song that he knows, Vicki knows, and Happy knows that he knows, and the band knows, and everybody knows, except you don't know yet, but you will. Well, it took almost half an hour, but apparently it's the only one that they all knew in common, and whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful song stylings of Miss Vikki Carr.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran their four strings, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say just as
star Brandy McKay as Brandy McAllister, Zale Kessler as Dr. Emmanuel Kazinsky, and a special guest appearance by Miss Vikki Carr. Tonight, some members of our studio audience will receive the following: classic curves from Dittos, the Feel the Fit Company, pants to make every woman feel beautiful, in sizes 3 to 13 and 8 to 18, and a $25 gift certificate from Lillian Burnett's catalog.